Vanity alert. Well, I made it to Boca Raton here early this morning. I wanted to get to Boca Raton last night, but a big storm came in, and so I camped out in Boynton Beach, which is not real far from here. I just rode the storm out, and this morning I rode the rest of the way in, and I the people that I want to talk to here, I knew exactly where they were at. Got a good meal out of it, 2 meals actually, and they're very Christian. You know, I'm working on that. You know, I know God's real, and I know angels are real. Because I haven't met God, but I have met angels long time ago. I'll tell you that story later. Why I believe they were angels. But we made it, and I found these people today. You know, they do a thing on Saturday. They feed all the homeless people, and blah, blah, blah. I don't consider myself homeless. I'm an American nomad, a carny, and I just travel. And I've always been this way. If I'm homeless, then I've been that way since Jimmy Carter was the president. Because in 1980, I went into the Navy, and when I got out of the Navy, I joined the carnival business, and I did that my whole life. I've ridden bicycles all across this country. 3 times I have crossed North America on a bicycle. And that's why people have been telling me for years, start a YouTube channel. And it was these guys, that let's not put anybody down. But I found myself standing on a sidewalk in Boca Raton going, what the fuck do we do now? And I heard a voice in my head, and it wasn't mine. And it said YouTube. And so I started a YouTube channel. And I've been doing this now for 2 years at least. I got almost 250,000 views, over 1,800 subscribers, and I'm loving it, This is how I'm going to go through the rest of my life, is riding bicycles cross country until I just can't do it anymore. Bicycles are great. I saw the price of diesel. Trying not to cuss. It's ridiculous how, America is a very expensive place to live, especially Florida, because it's a tourist trap. But anyway, I made it. I got here this morning. I could have made it here last night, but a storm came, and I camped out in a park, a boat ramp, up in Boynton Beach, which is, you could throw a rock to it from here. So I made it, man. I'm gonna try to get some stuff done here. I'm definitely gonna go across the country again next year. It's too late now. I'd probably make it to Ohio, but I wouldn't make it back. I'd freeze to death before I ever got back here. So let's just prepare ourselves. I still need some more medical work, and I'm sure these folks will help me. There's a good man running this program now, and we'll just see how it goes. I can survive here in Boca Raton. I survived here for 2 years after I got run over by a car. Not just run over, man. I got ran through. I'll tell you the story later. But I lived. Man, I was messed up. My face, because he hit me right in the face with a Buick. And I think the only thing that saved my life was God and a pylon. Because he went right through that pavilion, man. The whole pavilion came down with me in it. But they found my body. They found my body, took me to the hospital, and I lived, man. My whole face was black and blue, man, because he hit me right in the face. I was sitting. I was sitting in this pavilion. I would just be done playing the last carnival show I would ever play. And I'm sitting in this pavilion going, well, what do we do now, man? The carnival's done, you know? I mean, they told me back in 1990 it was a dying business. I didn't believe them because the 90s, I used to make so much money. It wasn't until after 9/11 that I started to see it. And then when the COVID hit, killed it. And so I'm just not going to go out there anymore. It's not worth the amount of blood, sweat, and tears you got to put into it. The payoff's just not worth it anymore. I mean, when was the last time you saw a carnival set up on the side of the road in a shopping mall? So it's just not worth going out there anymore. And people have been telling me for years to start a YouTube channel because of how I ride the bicycles cross country. And so I did it, you know. It's keeping me alive. I haven't worked for another man for over two years now. I've just been working for myself. And I'll get famous back here again, too. There's this park I like. It's called Spanish River Park. And I was going over the bridge to get there because you got to get to A1A. You got to go over the intercoastal. And I was like halfway over this bridge, and there was these three teenagers, and the one of them goes like, "Oh, Pirates are us! I remember you." And so I'm already starting on my way to get very popular around here. I'm very, very popular in St. Augustine. I sure am, man. I sure am. So that's where we're at. I'm gonna try to get ready for next year. I'm gonna start getting ready for next year. We'll go for it next year. Because the last time I went out of Florida, I went up all the way in Ohio. I've gone all the way up to the Lake of the Ozark. But this time, I'm going to be prepared for it and do it right. So I'm going to spend whatever's left of the summer in the winter here, and I won't freeze to death because I almost froze to death in St. Augustine. It's really cold there. The only reason I survived it, this park that I like to hang out in, the men that run the park, whatever, we all became buddies, man. One of them gave me a snowsuit, and that was the only reason I survived it. But I won't need that here. It doesn't get that cold. All right, guys. Well, I'm just letting you know I made it. And I'm going to start getting my ducks in a row for next year. Try to stockpile some money, and we'll see how it goes. All right. Remember what I say, guys. Love the one you're with, and I'll call you later.